Can I ask you a question, Andrew? I keep seeing this pop up, and I figure, I mean, it doesn't have to be on the show because it doesn't really matter or whatever.
Sure.
How do you read this? I don't understand. I don't understand
regular
how...
clean, plus clean,
No,
super clean.
No, shut up. Shut up. The price is $179.9. What is...
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
179.9.
I don't understand.
Octane.
What does that mean? 179 what?
I have no idea. 179.
179.9, 199.9, 209. What is that? How is it 212?
What currency is that in?
That's what I'm asking. How is it 209 what? 209 what?
Canadian dollars for 1 gallon of gas? Is it that expensive?
Oh.
Do you not? What?
I've never thought about this.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't drive. I don't have a car. Well, I own a car, but I don't drive it.
But look, okay, here.
I think cents. I think it's in cents.
Oh. Because look, as an example, I put the American. Here's just an example of American one. For that, you would easily read as $4.84.
So 1,799 would be $1.79.9 if it was cents. It says cents per liter.
Oh. What?
That
What
makes
the
sense.
fuck? That's crazy.
Counting pennies. Yeah. I never thought about what the currency is. You're right. That is odd.
It's 100. Okay, so I'm going to go and say my gas is 199 pennies
per liter.
Well, if you're bragging about affording 89, then
okay.
yes.
Well, do you want to? We got rid of the penny years ago, so it's kind of crazy that we're still using that for gas.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Face Podcast.
Oh no!
What?
You said a prepubescent. You sounded like a prepubescent boy there.
Oh, I'm still recovering from my cold I had a week ago.
Oh, you got sick too?
Remember, we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, I was sick for 1 day, but I have not had a cough for like 3 weeks.
Sweet.
Andrew complaining about how someone sounds?
No, it wasn't complaining. I was making fun of two different things.
This is episode 204. My name is Jeff Ramsey. I'm the offended. With me, as always, Gavin Free and the offender, Andrew Penton, who's making fun of me.
I was just in that moment. It's factually correct. I'm not going to run from it.
How do you still sound like this?
This is what happens.
It's been like
so I was starting to get better, and then not to be too vulgar, I keep, when I'm on the edge of getting better, accidentally triggering my gag reflex and then coughing up like a bunch of acid, it hurts the throat. So then I reset.
Oh,
this happened twice.
How strong is your acid?
Oh, listen, I'm an acidy boy. Okay, I'm a
You
big
ever seen
fan.
Aliens?
I'm not there, but I'm close.
Do you think if you chunned it a little bit, if you boked on your floor, do you think it would go to the floor below?
I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm like, if I did like one of those 23andMe or whatever DNA thing, I'm probably like 3% xenomorph. I'm not enough where it's like the floor is melting, but...
Well, they'd never be able to tell because it would melt through the vial.
H.R. Giger has never drawn a picture of you. You're not that alien yet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was maybe, though, on the street when he had the inspiration for it. I was part of... Okay. Not me specifically, but shades of me.
I bet you wouldn't eat through the floor, but I bet it might take a little varnish off a wooden floor, maybe.
Probably, yeah. I think that's a good call.
Gus used to melt through his laptops.
Dude, Gus has the most acidic skin on earth. It's so fucking weird. He would rub the metal. It would like rub the metal off of his laptops. Look at any MacBook that dude's ever owned.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, eventually. That's why he has to get new laptops.
I don't think he could professionally arm wrestle, even if he wanted to. That'd just take a toll.
Do you think he'd be disqualified?
I think so. I think it'd be illegal. His acidic levels slowly melt through the skin.
I got a clip.
Oh, what?
Oh,
wow. Gavin coming in hot.
Coming in hot with a clip, just because it's been a part of the plot for a while. A recording.
A plot for a while.
From the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Oh.
Episode 39. Here we go.
but it's a 2.5 hour long movie.
You just described every Roland Emmerich movie.
Pretty much. I mean, like, the animators had a field day with that. Like, okay, we need you to blow up Las Vegas by, an earthquake and sandstorm. Okay.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
It's in the trailer. Come on now.
Oh, no, I'm ruined.
It's like that whole movie is, thank God we weren't standing where we were 10 seconds ago. Like, that's the whole movie. Like,
Completely different joke.
We were 10 seconds.
That's a different joke?
Totally
Oh
different.
my God.
How's that a different joke?
Let me post your joke.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not necessarily a fan of jumping
Jack's
in front of
defendant
this
here.
bullet of Jack. Let me.
He's the offender and Jack's defendant. It's a different side of Andrew.
Andrew Panton is the official offender defendant.
Oh no, that's the wrong. Sorry, wrong.
Kind of the sloppy pace.
That was the wrong one. That's Alan Wake 2.
It's the guy's dick in Alan Wake.
Why'd you
I
always do
hit
that?
the
It's always
wrong
a
button.
dick.
That's the exact same fucking
yeah.
joke.
Yeah, it was. Never mind. I was wrong. I was wrong about that. I remember
the audience,
that correctly.
the tweet is, well, Gavin, you can say it. It's your fucking words.
The tweet was 2012 should have been called I'm glad I'm not 10 feet behind where I am right now.
Man,
Yeah,
I have.
The funny thing is, though, there's also a clip from the Rooster Teeth podcast, episode 63,
Really?
about 6 months later. Check this out.
Someone wrote that that movie's like, thank God I wasn't standing there 10 seconds ago, the movie. Because, like, everything like gets blown up or destroyed right behind them as they're, like, driving.
Oh, no.
Someone wrote.
Oh,
it became
no.
it became an original comment and then became someone wrote. I've also learned that Geoff really likes that joke. He laughed both times.
Well, that makes sense. It was your joke. I like you. You're funny. I think you. I think you are the most entertaining person I've ever met. That's why I work with you. So it stands to reason that Jack, like, poorly ripping you off would still be amusing to me because it's still your comedy.
Oh, that's a nice level of consistency.
To be clear, Gavin's tweet is the 18th of November of 2009, and episode 39 of the Rooster Teeth podcast is December 9th, 2009. I mean,
enough time
just
to land.
mere weeks.
After
That
I
is-
mentioned it, Jack texted me saying, I don't think I stole your 2012 joke, ? But then afterwards he wrote, but that was 20 years ago, so maybe.
I'm completely off Jack's defense. I am stepping away from it entirely.
Bold move by the defense to say that was a totally different joke.
Yeah, well,
I mean, to be fair, not a very original joke. I'm sure a bunch of people watched that movie and thought the exact same thing.
I'm
So
pretty
maybe,
sure you're the only one. I'm on your side now. Definitely yours, and only yours.
Does that ever happen in court where the defense walks over to the prosecution and they just sit next to each other?
Listen, I'm a vibes guy. I've just been feeling the vibes of this courtroom, and I've been swayed. I've moved through. Information has come out. I came in as a middle lawyer, and I got to say it's on your side.
This is the whole point of discovery, as they say. So
Yes.
we can find out all the dirty secrets and truths, and they can come to light, and then we can find out the reality of the situation, which is that Jack. What year was that again? 2012?
2009.
2009. That Jack in 2009 is exactly as annoying as Jack in 2024, and still a thief.
I like that closes out a 15-year storyline. It's not bad. It's like the old Halo overkill.
How do you feel about it?
How do I feel?
Yeah, because you say it like this has been on everyone's collective mind for 15 years. This is a thing that you've been holding internally for that time.
Okay, I've been thinking about it for 15 years, but company, like, public plot-wise, it's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But, a good one to close out before the company ends entirely.
Before the company closes out. Yeah, how does that? Do you feel like the biggest sense of completion?
No. Well, I mean, I think it's funny.
It is funny.
I don't care either way, really. Just a dumb tweet.
I shouldn't say that Jack's a thief. I'm just making a joke.
He kind of said he was.
What do you think you are the first person to ever do in your life?
Slip on a sushi container.
I'm the first person. I'm the first person on Earth to sit in a swivel chair and drink a Diet Pepsi with a watch on my right arm in this office.
Okay, decent.
I guarantee you nobody else has done that in the history of this house. Anybody else?
Well, I have one that I have a mystery that made me think of a mystery that I'm dealing with. I am the only person who has lived in the unit that I live in as the first person to move in. And I noticed yesterday on my bathroom wall, there are a bunch of scratch marks on the wall that I definitely didn't cause. Nobody I know would have been there caused. I don't know where they came from. I assume that I was the first to do everything in the space. I don't know why there are scratch marks on my wall. They're very clearly scratch marks.
Think it was an animal?
Maybe, but like, I don't know how would an animal have gotten up to my unit and then scratched in this specific place.
Well, like while it was being built, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, do you think they've always been there? Like, they're not new, right? You just
Well, that's
noticed
the
them.
thing. I don't know if I just never noticed or if they're newish. I don't know how they would be newish though if they were.
So yeah, I think Gavin might be onto something. When one time during the pandemic, we stayed at a hotel downtown for like a staycation, kind of, just to like sleep in a different bed and look out a different window. And it was at a place downtown that was kind of nice. And we had like a little deck and we could sit out on the deck. And right across from where our hotel was, like on the other side of the street, they were building another high-rise condo kind of thing. And I want to say it was like built about 2 floors below where we were. So we were like on the 11th floor. This was like maybe the 9th or the 10th floor. And at night, as soon as the sun would go down and all the workers would leave, hundreds of raccoons would come from God knows where. And they would have the biggest raccoon party on the top of this, in process constructed building. And we spent a weekend just sitting on the deck, just laughing and watching raccoons play raccoon games and rip shit up and go through the foot trash and eat, like old fried chicken that somebody had thrown in a trash bag and just wreak havoc. And then when they were done, they would leave. And then the next night they would come back out. I bet there was a fucking raccoon party in your apartment as it was being built.
I love that. That's a narrative. I'm just going to go with that narrative, even if it isn't true. I like the idea of a raccoon party.
I remember I was helping my friend move into a brand new house in England, and he was like giving me the tour and we were moving stuff in. And as a joke, he licked the toilet seat because he was like, it's the only time I could do that. No one's used it yet. And I was like, the builders have probably shat in that thing a bunch. And he always threw up.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something similar. Actually, right around the time that we all lost our jobs, it would sidetrack me.
What?
But I had begun I had this thought, and I had done some initial work around an episode of So All Right, where I got to thinking about how many people have touched something in your house. Like, how many people have touched your dining room table? Like, physically human people have interacted with it. Like, or like your microwave. Think about like every component that was built in the microwave that was touched by a human being, the person who packed it up, the people who did the quality control checks, the people who loaded it onto a truck, and then the people who unloaded it and then put it on a shelf, and then you bring it in your house and then you unpack it. By the time you open a brand new item that nobody's ever used before, hundreds and hundreds of humans have probably physically interacted with it.
And my dining room table is one of those shitty, like made from reclaimed pallets table. So it was a pallet before it was a table. So it's probably got even longer life.
It had a whole other life. And then if you want to take it back too, like that pallet was a tree that a human cut and then milled, And even if it's a human running a machine, he's still pushing buttons and manipulating what's happening. And somebody's still taking it off the thing and loading it up as lumber. And then or like my dining room table is an old like Danish table I bought from a used furniture store from the 60s, right? Like a Danish modern table. How many people have just eaten dinner at that fucking table?
God, imagine if before you died, you had to put everything back. Oh. Just look at all your stuff and be like, oh no, where's all this shit from technically?
It kind of overwhelmed me for a couple days, though, where I just couldn't look at anything in my house and not think about how many hundreds of people had their grubby hands all over it. Like, I don't even want to think about how many people have touched my sofa before I ever did, especially if you're thinking about the foam and the fabric and the assemblage of the fabric. Like, it's mind-boggling.
How many people's balls do you think have been on it?
Oh, tons. Everybody I know that's a dude has had their balls on it, pretty much. Yeah. You know, at least that I know that I spend any kind of time with. But I was thinking about it because, like, 150 years ago or 120 years ago, you would, like, forge out into the West and then you'd build a house by yourself or with another friend or with your wife or your kid. And then if you needed something in that house, you'd go cut down a tree and you'd fucking make it. And you could have a house that you were the only person that touched. Potentially, you know, like it'd get complicated if you bought like a piece, like something made out of iron that you got down from the local smith or whatever. But for the most part, you would have been the only person to interact with all of your shit. And boy, are we in a different world than that now.
Totally.
That's crazy to think about. Do you ever drink a glass of water and think, how these molecules, how many people have they been inside before?
No,
I never have, but I'm not going to drink water anymore.
Eric said never. WTF? You never thought that?
No.
I've never, ever thought that, ever. And
There's
now
a
I am.
finite
Great.
amount of water on the planet.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I just never thought about it being through a person. It just never occurred to me. Now it has. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Anyway, when you're walking around your apartment or your home tonight, just pick one random item and pick it up and then think, 7,000 people touched this before I knew it existed. And then wipe it down.
Going back to the mystery conversation of or Gavin's resolution, do you guys have any Easter eggs or things related to this show that have never come out? You're still just sitting on? As we wind
Aside from notes that I don't understand, I don't think so.
I have stuff that was like in process that could still be in process. Like there's a few things here and there that I don't need to wrap up because I'll just carry them on to the next thing, if that makes sense.
Gracie said grip strength. That's carrying on. That is not over.
Just Jeff, don't even bother. What's the point? It's fine. Just say okay and let's keep going.
Is that the thing that we didn't pre-measure?
No, we did.
We
We
pre-measured. We're not allowed
pre-measured.
to say yet?
We pre-measured.
Right. But you don't want to say the pre.
I'm fine saying the pre now if it's going to be a big deal.
Now that I stopped
is
doing
it
it for
late?
fucking 2 months.
At this point, you have to just start over. Get real.
Get real.
Oh, listen, I don't want to go down this road of anger and fighting. I'm looking at that street and there's no way anyone comes out feeling good about themselves. So we're going to keep walking.
I don't think that's true. I think I'm not involved.
You're not involved. Decidedly not. But I had an Easter egg for this show. One of the bigger ones I've done. No one's found. Been sitting on it for like 9 months and I don't know how to go.
Is that what you were Xing the other day?
I was Xing the other what?
I saw a tweet.
Like on Twitter.
Oh,
like on
yeah,
X. I saw a tweet
it's
from you
teasing.
that somebody had posted.
Yeah.
So is it like to the level of maybe one of us has Monopoly money in our house and we don't know it sort of thing?
I would say it's beyond that. I don't know how much
wow.
I should reveal. I confirmed it's still there. I gave all the instructions to find it in an episode within the past 9 months.
Is it like a scavenger? Like it's out to the public to find?
I was hoping someone would just find it one day because I prompted how to find it kind of subtly in a show that we did within the last 9 months. And it has yet to be discovered. No traces of it.
Within the last 9 months, you say?
Within the last 9 months, to give a little bit of a range.
Now, is this an Easter egg for us or for the audience?
You guys don't know about it. It could be something that you could discover.
Yeah, but you could fill a fucking ocean with what we don't know.
I could tell you guys offline if you want, or I could, do I reveal? I don't know what to do. I know, because this is wrapping up as...
Does it end when the company ends?
It will still
Or can it
exist.
continue?
It will just still be there to be found.
I think then we just wait.
Okay. Should I give like a clue?
It sounds like you just did. It's within the last 9
I guess,
months.
yeah.
of episodes.
Within 9 months.
That means it was 9 months ago.
Within 9 months.
I mean,
If that's what you want to believe, then you can believe that.
I can love you.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that statement. You'll see. When it's found, if it is found, people will confirm if that's right or not.
okay.
I do love when people say shit like that. It was like, yeah, I waited for over 20 minutes, and it's like, so 21 minutes or 20 minutes and 1 second.
We should also we need to pass the torch. My watch has ended on the Nick mask. Who's taking Q2?
I think I was Q2, if
Okay.
memory serves.
And the last couple of episodes, did you have an ear out for it?
Yeah, I've been listening. I've noticed that a lot of the audience seems to think that he's already worn it, but
He has to
if he
declare
has,
at the end.
I didn't pick up on it.
Well, yeah, he's supposed to declare if he's worn it.
So,
Exactly. And we're all up to date on the rules always. We know that.
Yeah. This is
So-
definitely a thing that we remember and we always take stock of. 100%.
and that I know Gavin was diligently paying attention to for 3 straight months, and now I am clearly also.
It means just
Laser
as much to
focused.
us as it does to you, the listener at home. 100%. Absolutely.
Now, does he have to do this in face, or can it go over to the next thing?
I think it has to.
I think
it's unfair.
I think it can roll into the next thing.
I think it
can
rolls
roll
into the
new
next thing.
It's
Yeah.
on a roll. Yeah.
That sounds like Face Jam, Nick. That was something.
Face Jam Nick occurs a couple of octaves above normal.
He
Nick.
does. You can ask Gracie. Gracie knows. When Nick is in Face Jam mode, it's the pitch is like higher. It's very, but also we did Face Jam earlier today, so that might be.
Nice. He's having trouble coming down.
Is he
Yeah,
in the mask right now?
Wait, are you wasting a guess?
No, I know you're not.
Are you
You're not.
wait? Yeah,
You're
are
not.
you wasting
You're not.
a guess?
First of all, I think if we all fired our bullets, we would have more bullets than there are shows left as face. So I don't think. I think that'd
If
be
I
a
were you, I
problem
wouldn't
for you.
fire the bullet in response to, do you want to waste a guess?
Do you want to be wrong today or next week? Today? Okay, cool.
Does Eric have different modes? Does Gracie have different modes between the two shows?
Oh, I think I don't know if Gracie will
Yeah.
admit that she does, but she does.
No, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Are you more of a freak or less of a freak on this one?
Or
Oh,
Here,
on
less.
less.
Okay.
Less
Here,
on
I'm
this
way
one.
less.
Even with that picture
Somebody.
you took?
Yeah.
So how
Somebody
come
just-
you're half-assing it
intentional.
over here, Gracie? Sounds like you're giving 110% over to those Face Jam fuckers.
It's
Well,
a different
because-
beast over there.
Yeah,
I
she
see.
doesn't have to do any of the heavy lifting here. There's plenty between the three of you, so it's fine. but-
There's a
it's-
talent
it's-
delot on the other side. I get it.
Absolutely.
It's a lot
100%,
about when the
absolutely.
food gets involved because I take charge in that realm, and that's what really gets me out of my cage.
Yeah, the food gets her and Nick going in a way that is like
Yeah.
inhuman. Somebody
Right.
described Face Jam as 4 fathers that have a daughter that they're not related to that sleeps in a human dog bed. And that really is the show, and we eat pizza. That's kind of it. That's just kind of it.
Hey, speaking of eating stuff, apparently it has been brought to my attention over and over and over again in all forms of social media and email that the banana thing we invented, or that I invented, exists in many, many forms and has for a very long time. I had no idea. There's no point in trying to go further down that road because I can buy 20 different ones on Amazon. But you also don't have to let me know about it anymore. I got the message. I really 100% got the message.
We can still
man, good
do
luck.
our own version, not versions of the product, but we can still fill our bananas and present them to
Yes.
each other with stuff.
Yes, we can, and I think that's still a good idea. I just don't think we need to be in a rush to do it.
Yeah, no, the market is already set. We can take our time.
I'm not going to try to sell a product doing it, but we can definitely make our own versions and see and add it to the rich pastiche of Face Culinary.
Because I still want to see if a Tums powdered Pepto-filled banana is suitable for Gracie.
No. The answer is
think it will be.
no.
I think it will be.
If it-
Well, there's only one way to find out.
What? So you're gonna do it?
Yeah, it's an insane. That's insane.
Maybe.
Well, then if she keeps it down, it worked, right?
But I don't. Yeah,
Something tells me I'm not going to keep it down.
I respect the willingness to try.
Andrew and I almost filmed a new show this week, but then we didn't.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, what happened?
I just felt terrible yesterday. I sounded worse yesterday than I do today.
Wow.
So
But we're close.
We're close.
We got the components.
We're
Very
figuring
excited.
it out. Very excited.
What are you actually doing that keeps triggering your gag reflex?
Vomiting acid. I went over this. That was the whole beginning of the show.
Remember?
No, but I'm saying what causes that?
Oh, I go, "Ugh, ugh,"
Oh.
like I'm trying to cough up phlegm. And then I push it a little too hard.
Oh. Okay.
And then I cross a point of no return.
Oh,
Have you never done that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there we go. You know exactly what I'm talking.
You just made it sound like you kept like trying something and then you gagged.
Well, I was trying to cough phlegm up, and then I was successful and some, unfortunately.
Fair play.
But listen, I learned my lesson 2 times. Not gonna happen a third. Ain't gonna happen a third.
Fool me twice.
Mm-hmm.
Careful of fooler.
I got some beef with Warner Brothers.
Ooh.
I'm mad at Warner Brothers.
Ooh.
I'm upset with them. They've done me. First of all, we don't have jobs. That was unfortunate. Second of all,
I'm kind of okay with it.
even more offensive, those sons of bitches. They're filming The Last of Us season 2 where I live for 6 weeks. They're filming it in the downtown core, which is a street where I live. And my problem with this is for 6 weeks, it's going to be shut down, and the best donut shop in the city is on that street. No donuts for 6 weeks, all because of The Last of Us 2. I'm so annoyed.
Well-
I'm so fucking mad at these stupid clickers and these fireflies.
If you get a job as background though, can you just keep going to the donut shop?
No, because it's closed. They're just not.
Close to crew?
All the businesses, all of the businesses are shutting down, and they're being compensated that week,
So here's what's gonna happen.
those weeks.
That business, that donut shop. When does this take place?
Like next week.
Okay,
starts.
you've got time. All right. How do they know you by face at the donut shop?
No.
No, but you go there a lot, right?
Yeah, I go there sometimes.
And I know you're personable in person because you turned the entire Canadian bagel industry upside down. So
I mean, when you have a product like the regulation bagel, it's hard not to.
exactly, and so the reason I bring that up is that the people know of you now in that community, I'm sure. So here's what you do: you go into your donut shop and you go, "Listen, I heard you guys are getting a week off, full pay, right? What's better than getting a week off full pay? How about getting full pay, but also working about half as hard as normal, running an illegal fucking fly-by-night donut shop out the back of the store? They don't have to know what's going on. We'll keep the curtains closed, keep the windows, the shutters drawn, right? And you could even become a distributor for them, and they could compile a list of their best customers, and then you could do secret orders by night, and you could be a runner for them, and you could send off. You could be the guy that delivers the donuts, and then you could always take a little bit just for you. It could be wildly profitable for everybody involved.
I love the idea
Could
of
be.
seeing an episode like Ellie in the foreground searching stuff. You just see Andrew running through the background out of focus with a bag of donuts.
Like, that zombie's wearing shorts.
I definitely want to steal something from that set, but I don't know when or how. Probably would just end up being a poster, if anything. It's unfortunate with the Last of Us, it being post-apocalypse. Not exactly a lot being added. It's more removed, I would assume.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird to watch The Last of Us season 2 and be actively angry at certain scenes, being like, they shut me down for this.
Well,
One sequence. It took
how many days
6 weeks.
do you get the donut from there?
Not often, but maybe like once a month.
So you're going to miss out on one donut.
You're going to miss out on 1.5 donuts.
There might be a time in which I really want a donut in that stretch, and I'm not going to be able to get it.
Well, it sounds like you're not willing to go down there and do the hard work to talk to the owners to figure out
No,
how
I'm
to
not
sell
willing to go
donuts
down there and start
illegally.
an illegal donut ring. You're right. You called me on
Which
it. You're
you
right.
would have made so much fucking money in 6 weeks, and you would have been the hero of your entire community because you're not the only little boy in a room somewhere in Vancouver Island right now lamenting the fact that donuts are going away for 6 weeks. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of you in your community that you could be servicing. But irrespective of that, just go buy a dozen donuts and freeze them.
I guess, but I don't know. I like them fresh. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think
There's
it's the same.
There's nothing better than a fresh donut. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Have you thought about just
They got cronuts.
getting the ingredients from them early and then making them at your house later?
I can't make donuts. I tried once. It was a disaster.
So you just need a
I'm
fryer?
not trying to
How do you make one?
Yeah, you get an oil in a pot. and-
What if you did it with your Keurig? You put the oil in the back of your Keurig, heat it up.
It just gets like infused
I,
with molten oil.
Many years ago, I bought the Carmela Soprano cookbook, and one of the recipes in that cookbook was donuts. It's the only recipe I tried to make out of that cookbook, and it did not go well. Great book. There's a lot of lore in it. If you're a Sopranos fan, worth exploring.
But you didn't
Expands the
learn,
Sopranos universe.
you didn't learn
It does.
anything from it though? Like you didn't learn anything not to do for the next time you want to make donuts?
I learned not to do it again. Is I think the main takeaway
What went wrong with it?
that I learned. They were kind of hard. They weren't all that fluffy.
God, I'd love to watch you make
just-
donuts. I think it'd be great.
Mm.
I think you'd
That'd be
nail
great
it.
live
now.
stream.
I'm not. I'm
We
not.
could Twitch that.
A donut cam.
Yeah. Andrew in
I like
the kitchen making donuts.
Do you typically go
See,
for
it
a
was
filled donut or a ring donut?
I'm not a fan of the filled donut. I like the ring. I'm a ring donut guy.
Hey, what's everybody's favorite donut?
I like a
Oh,
classic
wow.
plain ring with chocolate on top. I think that's a classic.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the occasional sort of raspberry jam one filled.
I think maybe like honey glaze could go for.
Honey glaze.
I just
Yeah.
stay away from all white goo on the inside of donuts.
Mm.
Are there
Gracie's-
foods that you go all in for the white goo? Oh,
That's not a donut.
Is that a bear
That's-
apple or a cruller?
fritter.
Apple fritter.
Apple fritter.
Not a
Yeah.
donut.
it's an absolute donut. Total
Gracie-
donut.
Yeah, it's a donut. Gracie says strawberry glaze. Nick says maple. You know what my favorite donut is? Just a fucking glazed donut. Just a normal ass donut.
They glide down. You can just
Yeah.
stuff like most of it in your mouth and they become nothing. It's great.
I like every donut y'all have posted here, and I would eat every one of them. But like when I think donut, I just want to eat a bog standard donut.
There's something about you, Geoff, that tracks with so hard for me. Like you are.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I had to guess, I would be like, that guy doesn't want anything going on except glaze it and let me just fucking tamp these down my throat as fast as I can.
So you're
Like,
not a voodoo
100%.
fan or a Gordo's?
No, I like them just fine. I every once in a while on a Sunday we'll get voodoo, and you get like the sampler pack, and they're great. But they're a fun distraction. But I'd be just as happy eating a regular donut. Like if you brought me 12 Krispy Kremes or 12 voodoo donuts, I'm not enjoying the voodoo more than the Krispy Kremes.
That makes sense.
Just Jeff sitting in his little booth. He's got his black coffee with nothing in it, his donut with a basic glaze.
Yep.
You're goddamn right.
70s beat cop style, just sitting there enjoying the most basic thing. That totally makes sense.
I think
I do.
Jeff's becoming more of a bog standard guy as he ages.
Oh,
I
yeah,
agree.
it could be.
I think you just like at some point who you are gonna be is cemented, and who you are is probably some grown-up version of what you thought grown-ups were when you were a kid. And so I think Eric's nailed it with the 70s beat cop, because I grew up as a kid in the 70s and the early mid 80s. And so all the grown-ups that I experienced through film and television in my life were kind of like that. Just like dudes with mustaches who drank coffee black coffee out of a foam cup and ate regular donuts. You know what I mean? And didn't bother with ketchup or mustard on stuff. And that's who I'm turning into. And I think I'm just a product of like the Rockford Files.
Maybe you
honestly.
should have been a cop. Maybe that's why you like Twin Peaks so much.
Jeff is a cop.
Dude, I've been thinking about doing a full fucking Twin Peaks watch through again.
Oh, I should give you your
if I'm gonna
Blu-rays
do
back
it.
then because you said you would never watch it ever again.
I know. I said that. And I thought it. I meant it. But it's been. I need to go back and finish season 3. And if I'm going to finish season 3, I might as well watch season 1 and 2.
I'll give you your discs back.
Well, don't give them to me yet.
Okay.
I might get distracted.
Can I jog something back for a second? You were saying would love to watch Andrew make donuts, set up a Twitch, and then Andrew's making the donuts or whatever. We couldn't even get this guy to film his hands playing this game with sticks. We're not going to get. What are you talking about?
What's donut
what's?
I don't know. I'm thinking
Like,
maybe
you're going to get him making donuts?
maybe the new thing could be Andrew turning over a new leaf with hand cam.
Yeah.
donut cam?
2024, new leaf, new cams.
I just think a GoPro on your chest would lead to such immense content just throughout your
Donut
life.
cam.
I agree.
Thumb
I
cam,
agree.
donut cam, sushi cam.
A sushi cam is dangerous. I don't know if we can do sushi cam. We got to be careful with sushi cam. I have another thing that you know, talking about Easter eggs and secrets. Kind of a big one.
Oh.
Kind of a big one. I've been sitting on a little bit, tiny little bit. As you all may know, the company is in fact closing.
Yeah.
And it's really, Gracie, I'm sorry that you had to learn this way, but it is. And I decided I'm gonna do something about this. I'm gonna bring us back.
Christ.
That's what I'm gonna do. So if you're listening to this, it is Wednesday. What day? April 24th, I think. What day is when does this come out? Wednesday.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
April
24th.
24th. I am saving the company. I am invading the store. They're coming. I made a deal with the Chinese government. We got it exported. We got sticks coming. The last drop in the RT store, the Andrew Pant line, to save the company. You can get your thumbsticks. Look at how fancy those thumbsticks are. They got 2 sets of them. You can get a clog tube. It is coming to the market. Look at how beautiful it is. It is there. It is sideways. It makes noise. It's a groan tube. It's a plunger. And last but not least, because we're going to need 3 products if we're going to save this goddamn company that I'm putting on my back here. We got the Andrew Pan bobblehead of me wearing a face of my face, available 10 a.m. Central, the last merch drop. I'm going to not save this company, but I'm going to goddamn try.
Are you fucking serious? When is this? This is coming out when?
This
The 24th.
April 24th, all of those releasing 10 a.m. I'm invading the store. There's going to be banners of me all over the place. This is my shit. I'm bringing this company back.
Andrew is saving the company.
But not saving it. It's dead. But I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Someone should let Warner know, I guess, that the company's about to be saved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
they
hold
should.
fire.
I will tell them when they get here next week. I'll let them know. I'll go on the
When they
set
get
and I'll
here.
inform them. And I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. But
Look-
you're,
Look at these
ahead.
fucking sticks.
Dude.
they're precision. Precision.
So we are very limited on the number of sticks that we're selling. Very limited because it was insane to get them made. But hopefully there's enough clog tubes for everyone.
How limited are the sticks?
There's not going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. It's a very low number.
do we know? Can we
Christ.
just say what the low number is, or do you know?
I
don't
don't
remember.
remember
Okay,
offhand, but it was substantially lower, and it's one of the most collectible items that we've ever made.
Yeah, well, that's terrible. No one will get
What are they
them.
gonna do? What are they gonna do? Complain until we shut down? We're done, Gavin. This is it. This is Andrew's
whoa.
last gag.
Future, you
This
fool.
is it. This is it. This is all of it.
Whoa,
It's done.
It is-
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We might listen.
Everyone will be so mad.
It is heartbreaking, a little heartbreaking to see the stuff that we had cooking, you know. and
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about where I'm just talking with merch stuff because obviously we're continuing. The company may be ending, but the podcast will soar to the heights of the most successful Falcons. But the merch is gonna take a hit in the interim. We're not gonna be able to invent clog tubes and shit immediately, probably. But Tony in merch or in ecom, he put together just a graphic that showed everything we made, all the weird shit we made on Face throughout the course of the podcast. And it's so wild to see all the dumb, wacky, goofy, ridiculous, broken shit we made.
We should post that publicly because that is an insane mood board of like, if you asked me at the beginning to even list what's on there, I wouldn't have a clue what half of it is or how we came to sell it.
You'd never be able to know how we got there, right? Like, yeah, it's crazy. We'll be sure to post it on social at some point. I'm glad this stuff's coming out. It's a bummer about the super limited numbers, but the fact that it's coming out at all. I thought the store was done. I thought that they had closed up shop. All the items are gone from it. So the fact that there's going to be one last drop is a huge surprise to me.
Last pant drop. Andrew pant line.
You know what would make this more fair?
What?
Make it a literal drop. Make it a dead drop.
What is that?
What do you mean?
Bury it somewhere.
Oh.
No.
I think
it's
we
not
should
that
do
limited.
More business. We should normalize dead drops. Buying stuff online, telling people where to dig up the money, put the thing in the hole, bury it again.
I'm all for this. I support this fully. I've always wanted to do a thing where we bury something and someone has to find it. I like this idea a lot.
Although I don't know how you would leave money in and not have the person just walk off with it. Maybe just maybe a slight threat, like I'm watching you sort of thing.
Well, for most humans, I would think that, it'd be a pretty big concern. But for regulation listeners and comment leavers, they're top tier humans. You know what I mean? Like, they're the cream of the crop. They're not going to do anything non-regulation in a situation like this.
That's fair. I would agree with that. The patent dead drop.
I would also agree. The patent.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Very much bring the company a live drop is what it is.
Here's what we're going to do. Can we get one of each of those three items, Eric, so that we can take it somewhere in Austin and bury it and then figure out how to give the audience the coordinates to find it?
I'll get the items. I don't want anything to do with any of the rest of this thing. I don't like
scared of holes.
Burying. I don't like giving coordinates. I don't want.
And the funny thing is, you could give the coordinates to like the middle of a baseball field if you wanted to be carnage.
Yeah. I mean, it is just. I don't want anything to do. I'll get you the items, but that's it.
Sounds good.
That's all we need.
Would you give me a ride to my burial spot?
where you're going to be buried, absolutely, yeah.
I've determined that I only ever get a ride with Eric if we're about to do something weird.
Oh yeah, because you rode over the jackhammer.
That was good. The jackhammer.
We rented a jackhammer together. We moved. We moved a couch the other day.
We helped move a couch. Very weird situations.
How did you get roped into moving somebody's couch?
Yeah.
I really I love helping people move. And that may sound strange.
Really?
I hate moving my own stuff. But if it's other people's shit, love it. I'll do that all day.
That's so interesting.
I had to move a couch recently into my storage unit, and I just waited until Gavin was at my house. And he couldn't leave, and then I asked
That makes sense.
Well, originally you'd asked Eric,
fair.
so Eric went already.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
Eric
like, I'll
and
help
Gavin.
too. And then I arrived before Eric, and we kind of did it before Eric even arrived.
You guys did. I showed up, and I was like, I guess I'll supervise. Good work. Yeah, get it in there.
Although the strange thing was, when we were taking it to its next location, you just decided to walk next to us instead of bringing all the cushions, which I thought was a strange move.
I thought, I'm supervising. I'm making sure it's all on the up and up, you know?
You did a great job. That whole job site worked perfectly.
I'm glad you like it. It's just, as somebody who doesn't drive, Gavin, it's wild to think that you got roped into moving. You would just be so low on the list as someone who doesn't actively drive.
Yeah, I took an Uber to help someone move.
Part of it might also be, Andrew, I make a point in my life of never asking anyone for anything. Not like never, but almost never. So that on the rare occasion where I can't figure it out on my own and I need help, people are so taken aback by the fact that I'm asking, they don't think to say no. That's a life pro tip for you. Never ask anyone
Interesting.
for anything ever. So on the rare occasion when you actually need help, they'll be more confused that you asked than and they'll help.
Do I
before
have
they
one of
realize
those
you're doing it.
banked with you then? Because I feel like I'm not a big asker either.
Oh, you definitely have one of those
You
banked.
have I mean, yeah, man, you have a lifetime of those with me. You used one not too long ago, but you have a lifetime of them. A lifetime of them.
Okay.
If he
You could-
he
you
at
could
least
cash
owes you
in-
a couch move.
Yeah, I owe you, dude. You could cash in daily if you want to. I don't care.
Do you have anything that you're thinking about cashing in on, Gavin?
Well, it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, that was
you go.
why I asked. The answer was no. But I appreciate you fancied it up. You really styled that no. Good job, man.
Well, thanks
That's
for bringing
what,
attention.
15 years of podcasting at work right there.
Well, I don't want to rush
Sharpen
it.
those skills. No, listen. I'm impressed. Iron is sharp over there.
Maybe I could have you take over one of my hand job shifts
What? Oh, and
from last week.
Yeah,
Gas
I
station?
could throw in a shift at the hand job.
But that was your dream, wasn't it? I don't even
Hey,
remember the
every dream becomes a job if you do it wrong.
That's true.
Have you ever dreamt you were at work, just working?
Yeah.
No. I have more dreams when I'm back at school. I've never dreamt I was working. I've dreamt that I've been in UFC fights, and those are terrible dreams. It's like somehow I've been signed up for this event, and I'm like doing the walkout to the cage, and I'm just going, I don't know how to fight. How did I get here? Why is this happening to me?
I love dreams where you
I'm
start
not
beyond
qualified.
all the points where you could have pulled out.
Yeah. But then I have to reverse that. I don't know if I talked about it on the show, but I have dreams where I'm trying to get home and I go in the wrong boat or something. And then I realize I'm in a dream. And that if I just wake up, I'll be in my bed and I'm fucked. That's the greatest feeling. It's so exciting.
Yeah, like a safety teleport.
Yeah. It's the closest to teleporting I think I'll ever get.
Do you ever go on a killing spree right before you teleport?
I don't know if I've ever killed anyone in a dream. That's a
I don't
really
think I
interesting
have.
question.
I've definitely had to deal with a body in a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I once
Like
dreamt that I killed
burying?
Ray. I had to like hide it, and I was really panicked. Might be the most relieved I've ever been to wake up.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't even know how he
Oh.
died. I just had his body.
That made me think I did technically not a work dream, but I dreamt years ago before I even worked at Achievement Hunter in any capacity. I dreamt that I worked there and got fired on my first day because I made an inappropriate joke. I was let go immediately.
What, was it from your
And-
joke book?
No, wasn't that inappropriate? I don't even think it was inappropriate. I think it was something to do with like making a Nazi joke of some kind. And I was let go. And the office
why
was
would
in the
you-
mall.
Why would you even start to broach what the joke is on this podcast? I don't
Because
like,
it
why would-
wasn't
oh
an
my God.
offensive. I'm just saying the genre. It has something to do with like Hitler, I think. I want to say. And then when we first did Let's Play, we made a Worms video. This is the first thing we did. And I tried to name my worm Baby Hitler, and I had a flashback of my dream of am I going to get fired on my first Let's Play? Was I predicting the future? But it got blocked out. The name wasn't shown.
I've been.
Also, I
having-
don't-
Sorry,
go ahead. No, you go. No, you go.
No, yeah. I was just gonna
No,
say
it's-
I've been having a series of recurring dreams lately that I haven't mentioned to you guys, but since we're talking about them, where I also wake up similarly relieved, but also kind of horrified. Where do you remember maybe a month ago now? I was eating a piece of Mike and Ike's, and my fucking tooth fell out.
Yes.
And I
Of
had
course.
to go get my crown put back on. Pretty much since that day, I almost every night I have a dream that I have to eat candy, like somebody's making me eat chewy candy, and I don't want to, and all my teeth fall out, and then I wake up. I have woke up with my hand at my mouth to catch my teeth coming out of my mouth
Oh,
a couple
no.
times, And I wake up horrified and then so instantly relieved that I still have all my teeth. But it takes me a second every day to suss out what's going on. Sucks.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Gracie just wrote about a dream bubblegum losing teeth.
It rips all her teeth out
Terrible.
with bubblegum. Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, I don't like any of that.
It's a relief to still have teeth, but man,
Have
to
you
get there.
like gained a fear of people named Mike and Ike? Are they up on the intimidating
Nah,
ranking list for you?
Oddly, I think it's if anything, it's improved the name Mike and Ike to me. I feel
Really?
better about Mike and Ike as humans. I don't want to eat the candy anymore. I don't want to eat any candy anymore. I'm scared of all candy now, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, I just wish I didn't have these fucking dreams all the time.
I've not come across a lot of Ikes.
No, neither have I. I was
Ike
about to look up
Barinholtz.
who is Mike and Ike. I just assumed they made the candy. Do you think Mike and Ike are real people?
I assume so.
They were.
I remember why did Mike and Ike broke up?
Oh no!
Due to creative differences in the candy, Mike left to pursue a music career, while Ike pursued a career in art. What's going on with Mike and Ike? Are they at a reunion?
Is Ike short for something?
Eichel.
You think it's short for Eichel?
You killed Geoff.
On the legal documents, when they started the business, it was Michael and Eichel.
Oh my god.
Well, surely we can't call these candies Michael and Eichel. You gotta change. No fucking what? It's Eichel. No, man, it's Ike now.
Yeah, I have no idea. What is that short for?
I have no idea. I have no clue. Ike. You know what? I don't want to look it up. I want it to be short for Eichel.
I never understood the whole Hank being Henry and John being Jack or Jack. I just don't know how one name could be another name. Always
Yeah.
confused me.
Eichel. Yeah, we're gonna keep with Eichel. I looked up the answer. We're gonna keep with Eichel.
Oh, you know
It's
the
definitely
answer?
Eichel.
Oh,
I do.
man.
Oh.
I bet the real answer sucks, huh?
It does, so that's why we're keeping with Eichel. Do you ever? I had a weird thought the other day. Are you ever relieved that you speak English over a different language? That's what you were taught.
Uh,
No.
I was looking at, because in Canada, a lot of things have English and French on them. And I learned a little bit of French, but not a lot. This is the English word relief. This is the French word for relief. It's so much more complicated. I was really good at spelling in school, and I don't think I would have been in a different language. That is so much more work for the same word.
I feel like Germany over indexes in that.
Oh, I bet
German
they
words are
do.
very long.
I'd never considered that a U.S. spelling champion less impressive to me than like a French spelling champion. I think English is probably the easiest language to be a spelling champion.
I mean, I don't know. I think part of the problem with English, it seems intuitive to you because you know it, but it's a mismatch of styles
It's
and
terrible.
rules and other languages and words that contradict each other. And so I think it probably doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to try to sit
That's
down and
fair.
learn it. And so I wonder if you would learn the rules of of another language and it would just be honestly a better built language. It might actually make it a lot easier. I don't know. I've always wondered that.
It's definitely built better. I assume. I know English is a mess, but it's just purely on a level of memorization of letters. It is easy.
I found this German word that apparently means an insurance company that provides legal protection.
It's
It is RECHTSSHUTZ VERSICHER UNGSGESELLSHAFTEN. How do they do business cards?
I'm
What
a
are they
fan
doing
of
with
any word that ends in Shafton, to be honest.
Shafton's good. Have you ever put that word into Google, Gavin, and tried to hear how they would translate it?
oh, that's a good call.
That's a good call.
Because
There we
it always, it sounds terrible in English. I can't imagine that. Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften.
Oh, I found a video.
Nick's like a baby. I just make funny noises and he kills him. Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften. A little baby down there. No, Nick, don't. No. Don't. You crossed the line.
Wow, it said real quick in German.
All right, say it.
Well, I can't. I mean, the
Well,
German.
just copy what you just heard it. Just copy.
You just heard it. Just say it. Be a fucking.
It's harder. Like, just look at this. It's harder than it looks. Oh shit!
Okay.
What's that? Is that the real link?
It's a Google link.
What are you doing, man?
I'm
Just
gonna
Google says it, then you say it.
Well, I mean, you both weren't shutting up, so I couldn't quite hear it. But
I didn't say fucking anything.
Why are you sending me a video that's a minute long?
I don't know why it's a minute long. I don't know why the guy made it a minute long.
Gavin, so you can monetize it. Gavin is right. He says it so fast.
Yeah.
And then to have to repeat that, no fucking shot.
Everybody
no chance.
shut up for 3 seconds.
Right.
Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften.
Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften.
There you go. There you
Hold
go.
on, I still am watching an
Easy.
ad. Hold on a second. Then I'll do it.
Easy. Feed me up again. Kevin asked me if I have a lawyer a law firm I like using.
What would you recommend if I need something fixed, but I also need like legal advice?
Oh, it's easy. You definitely want to go check out Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften.
I mean, with this and your Hitler joke, you're going full offensive.
No,
on-
I'm just saying the word.
Throw 1-2
Are you
punch,
saying
man.
it?
I don't know.
I am, yeah, according to Google. If it's wrong, it's Google's fault. It's not my fault.
Jeff, did you get ears on it?
You guys are talking. Hold on a second.
Okay.
If you're quiet right now. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard.
Easy.
That's easy.
I didn't realize the Swedish chef spoke German, is what I've learned from this.
Okay.
Because it sounds very Swedish chefish. Chef-ish. Jeffish. Swedish chef.
The Swedish Jeff!
Swedish Jeff. Woo,
Jeff,
woo.
say that German word again, Swedish chef.
Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften.
I like Swedish chef a lot.
Speaking of Swedish Jeff, I've been having an idea, and I don't know how to bring it up with you guys because I don't know how it'll affect the podcast. I want to see what you guys, if maybe we can come up with some creative solutions for it. It's been nagging at me for a couple weeks now, and it's not going away. I haven't talked about it with anybody yet, but I've been lately feeling very taciturn in general, and
What the fuck?
You've been feeling what?
Taciturn?
taciturn.
What?
Is that one of your new words, like Jermaine and what was the other
No,
one?
it's
Damn
just,
Swedish
just
chef.
like brief and short, and not wanting to be very
Also, like
forward
not
with
like
my-
the word you used.
It's a fucking perfectly normal word, taciturn. I don't understand what your problem.
Yeah. So normal.
And I gotta start a podcast with non-idiots someday.
TACIT.
It's a
You are-
shame
you-
Bernie was
you are
so
again.
annoying because at least he had a fucking vocabulary. Anyway, I've been
I like
thinking
Gracie just saying, it's not normal.
it's totally fucking normal to understand words. Oh my God. Anyway, I've been thinking about it's really fucking driving it home to me right now. For the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking I've had a strong urge to take a vow of silence.
Oh,
You think
for how long?
I don't know.
Yeah, that could affect the podcast.
I know.
Yeah, so the thing that we're about to go do, you think that now is the time for that?
Yeah, I think no, I don't think it is. I think I'm gonna have to figure it out, and I think it could be complicated. But I'm having an intense desire to not speak out loud at all to anyone ever.
So you yourself would be taciturn.
Well, I think I'm fairly taciturn as it is the last 6 months or so, but it's just progressing to the. I feel like it's leading somewhere, and I just want to. I've been thinking a lot about monks and how they just don't talk for an undefined period of time, and just like until, and I don't know. There's something appealing in that to me.
I've done that.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you did. You did for years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't recommend it.
But you talked outside of school, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like it might be different for me at 48 than it was for you at 6.
It would
But-
completely end most things in your life.
I mean, but can we come up with clever ways to communicate? Like, what if I had a really robust soundboard of things I've already said?
You're communicating. You're just making it harder.
So,
You're
yeah,
not doing
that's
the
just
thing.
that's what are you, Andrew? Like that seems like an Andrew idea.
Yeah, it does.
So it'd be like,
What if-
Jeff, what do you want for lunch?
Well, yeah, if I hit the wrong button. You know,
It's so stupid. That's so stupid.
clearly, it's clearly the podcast is my priority over my own personal mental health, and well-being. But I'm hoping we can come up with some sort of creative solution here. Maybe I just don't talk 23 hours a day,
Yeah.
or 6 days a week. But then one day I talk, like on
Yeah,
Thursdays,
just stop
I talk
talking
for
to
an hour.
Emily.
What if
Stop talking to Emily. Talk to us.
I've stopped talking to most people.
What if you you just operate like an old electric meter? We'll put some money in, and then we buy ourselves like 40 minutes of talk.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Like you want, like say, like you wanted to look at the Empire State Building, or
Yeah.
the Golden Gate Bridge from. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, just put a little coin slot somewhere on you.
I have two thoughts, Jeff. One, we do a supplemental quiet cast. This is just silence. See how long before anyone is willing to speak. I think some people would fold over time.
Yeah.
Second thing, maybe we go into record. Maybe we do like a day of silence going into a recording to see how it feels. I'm willing to not talk to anybody for a day.
Take a full day of silence. We don't
Take
speak
a
for 24
full
hours up until the
24
moment
hours.
we start the podcast.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
that's
in.
interesting. That's interesting to me. And we're all coming into it on even footing.
That sounds so easy.
Well, I am. Yeah, I don't think this will be tough. I don't think this will change anything, but I'm willing to do it with you.
I feel like, though, everyone is going to need to do it, including Eric, Nick, and Gracie.
Of course.
I don't think that's no.
No?
Okay, never mind.
do you
Everyone
mean
seems
no?
on board. I just assumed people wouldn't be on board.
Well, of course
I
they
don't want
won't.
to force them.
Eric can't do his job.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
because he
sort of-
lost it. What's your point?
No, Andrew's trying to save it with a bobblehead and a plunger. We're fine.
The company is in the shits, so I got the plunger coming. We're gonna clear out of there. Sneak on through.
It's also not something I have to do today. Maybe that'll be what I do after I retire. Or maybe I'll take a vacation and have a quiet vacation. But I like the idea of us trying it out for like a period of time altogether.
Yeah, I wonder if it will have Icy Hot on the ear effects on the podcast.
I also wonder.
Oh, we didn't do it, did
Do
we?
you-
We did balls.
Yeah. Do you think that?
I did both.
Do you
Let's
think
double
if you took an extended vow of silence, you could really zone in by putting Icy Hot on your balls and staying silent? Like you'd really like hone in on the silence?
Now it would just be desk punching.
No,
it would be
yeah, I
like
think I'd hurt
like
myself.
elevated silence. No, you don't. Okay.
I don't think so.
Maybe that's advanced. Maybe let's walk before we run.
Okay. Well, we need to wrap this one up. We only have a few of these left, so I really feel like you guys should leave people with something like really strong here.
Could you walk on Icy Hot?
What do you mean?
What?
If the floor was Icy Hot, would it hurt?
Yeah. I want to. We got to do that.
I feel like the bottoms of my feet are very resistant.
Do you think you'd taste the Icy Hot like garlic?
Oh.
You'd be putting so much like you rub Icy Hot on your arm and then it's slowly like I don't know, it permeates into the skin. But if you were standing on it, you'd have all the weight of you pushing down on the Icy Hot, compressing it and forcing it into you. And you'd be surrounded by, I bet.
Maybe we should do an Icy Hot foot race.
What about an Icy Hot slip and slide?
Oh,
God, that would be fucking.
Andrew. First off, Gavin, yes. Andrew, yes. We need to have the Icy Hot Summer Games where we just do shit in somebody's backyard, but it's all Icy Hot.
How much money's worth of Icy Hot are we gonna have to buy for a slip and slide?
We're going to need to get a sponsorship.
I wish that there was just Icy.
Icy Hot, if you're listening to this, get after us. Let us know.
Yeah, or Tiger Balm or Siloderm or any of the other companies that make them.
Yeah, Cyliderm.
I don't know. I made that up.
Hey, Cyliderm, if you're listening to this.
Derma Ice or...
And if we don't reply for a day, we were just in a vow of silence.
Yeah. Okay, wrap this up. We got to go.
All right, yeah, everybody was going to leave. You're going to leave with something important, you said, Eric? So I'll go first.
You are going to leave people with something important because we only have a few of these left, so go ahead.
Here we go. And then somebody just go after me.
Are you going to go and then someone else will go?
That was it. I gave the gift of silence.
Pretty taciturn of you.
Thank you.
Nick has to edit all that, like the sound effects in. They're like not in the recording.
Who did the drum? Is that crazy?
Oh, Kelly.
Nobody else got anything. Okay. Perfect.
Hey guys, Major League fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. We are nearing the end and still trying to catch up, so here are some predictions for next week's episode. Andrew can't take it anymore. Geoff has yet another house problem. Gavin is planning a trip back to Sloppy Joe's. The boys have to change their name. Eric wants them to finish on time. For real this time. Nick isn't wearing the mask. And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.